Hello, hello. Welcome to today and today's message. And we'll see what we have to think about, to consider, to do all the things with our minds and our energy and our feelings and our thoughts. Right? These messages are just meant to confirm what you're already feeling intuitively. Okay. So always, always check in with your intuition and set your intention. Okay. The energy of intention helps you to confirm your choices, trust the choices you make, and know they are simply the best for you. Yeah. And this is like that going all in ness, right? Owning your decisions, standing behind them, right? Even when when you're speaking your truth, you stand behind what you say, and you have this awareness that, you may offend somebody, somebody might misunderstand you, or whatever the case may be. And you have a confidence and an accountability as well, right? Like, if you see something like what you have said has offended somebody, you can kind of try and be there for them. Or if someone has follow up questions, you can kind of offer some more clarity, right? But yeah, ownership, owning what you do, what you say, what you choose. And it's the same as like walking into a room. You walk all the way in. You don't have one foot out the door or half of your body out the door ready to run at any given moment, right? You just fully walk in, fully commit. And only then are you going to actually allow yourself and the experience to be what it can be, what it truly was meant to be when you're all in, right? And I think we fear this all in because it's like, what if I get trapped? What if I go all in and I can't get out if I need to or want to or whatever? But this is also confidence with yourself that you can maneuver, change your mind, go in a different direction, go all in somewhere else, make a new intention, take a new direction, right? Okay, let's get a card from the runes here. Rune card want to come out for us, speak on intention, power of intention. Berkano has come again, the fecund bunny, and Wunjo. Yay! Oh, I love Wunjo. Wunjo is joy, 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 joy. This is birth and fertility and beautiful new energy and joy. Wunjo is just, I will just let the cards speak for themselves. Berkano, birth, sanctuary, fertility, life change, and secrets. In the springtime, fertile and fecund Mama Hare brings forth an abundance of new life. She is the great mother and fiercely protective. The timeless cycles of the earth flow through her generation after generation. Is that perennial plant that keeps coming back? Berkano holds within it the mature female wisdom of our mothers and our grandmothers. So generation after generation. Berkano speaks of female fertility and also of the safety and shielded sanctuary of the womb. When this rune appears in a reading, there may be a birth of a child, an idea, or even a new goal. Okay. And then Khunjo, also known as Wunjo, is joy, pleasure, belonging, kindreds, and prosperity. The hummingbird is joyful as he dances in between the flowers. His happy energy and satisfaction and harmony with life brings his wishes into being. He dances his dance, surrounded by the jewel-like flashes of his friends and family. Bunjo, with its ecstatic energy, is a most welcome rune in a reading. It has a certain bittersweetness as the final rune of the first et, bringing the whispers of change or a shift, like the first rays of a sunset after a perfect day. When this delightful rune pops up, you can expect joy, fellowship, and harmony, a symbol of well-being. It brings love, prosperity, and fulfillment. And I'm really getting like with this intention, set your intentions for Wunjo energy in all that you choose to do. Okay? The new ideas, the newness, the birth of the new, this is going to be gorgeous. This is going to be joyful. This is going to be prosperous. This is going to be fun and exciting and thrilling and amazing, right? Like set those intentions for yourself and then own them. Be like, yeah, they will. Yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah, and right? The power of intention, which is interesting because it was 2009 and I was driving home or going to my mom's place. after school, I commuted, and so my son would hang out with Oma. And anyway, so I was going on my way there, and all of a sudden I was thinking about like gangster signs for some reason, and opposites and stuff like that. And I was thinking about like when you give somebody the finger, right? It's just weird things you do when you're driving. And I'm like, well, the opposite of the finger would be this. And so I was like, yeah, this is like a cool, uh, this is just a cool symbol. And it's like, I unfuck you, kind of thing. It's weird, I know. Anyways, and then I get to my mom's house, and I don't know what we're doing, but TV was on, and I usually like I don't have cable by choice. But when I'd go over there, I'd kind of flip through to see what I was missing, and it's just nothing. But anyways, I came to this channel, and there was this man, and he was up speaking in front of people, and he was doing this while he was talking. And I was like, hey, that's that sign I just made up or whatever, right? So I stopped to listen, and I'm pretty sure it was Wayne Dyer speaking about the power of intention. So there's some full circle craziness for you today. Okay. But it's a thing. The power of intention, the power of your intention. It's just like affirmations. And like what we're doing with these messages here, it's like rewriting your brain, we can sort of be modeled all kinds of things, right? That kind of shape our brain, shape our belief systems, shape our sense of self. But affirmations and positive self talk and these kinds of messages and readings are, I think, in a way, allowing us to rewrite the program. It's allowing us to put in some input that is like self empowering and intention setting and, well, self empowering on all the levels, right? Like, yeah. And that's all about intention. Like your intention to be better, to feel better, to do better and have better is why, you're drawn to messages that make you feel good, make you feel empowered, make you feel seen, heard, and acknowledged as a beautiful, beautiful person that you are. Okay. Okay. Let's get into the reading with the cards and the things and see what comes up for us about intention setting and joy and the new and all of the things. Okay. Do, 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 do. Ba-ba-doop. Boopity boop boop boop. Excuse me. Okay. There, 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 and hey, there. Okay. Okay, dear. So, fast moving energy. Okay. So, right away, intention, newness, and joy. This is what fuels your machine. This is what blows your kite. Okay. This is good stuff. This is what you want fueling your machine because it's uplifting. It's the wind picking your the wind beneath your wings. Okay. Aha, there's your setting your intentions. Okay, this is sorting out everything that's going on in your brain. Okay, look at all the thoughts. These could be all the little seeds of new. These could be brilliant ideas um, and all of the above. But these are also, not all the ideas are great, right? And you kind of sorting through, is this a good idea? Right? This is a good idea. I'm gonna go with this one. So this is a kind of both sides of the coin, right? Overthinking and having lots to think about. And then this one here is your, well, basically it's like I call it the wish fish, right? It's like setting your intentions, speaking your intentions into being. Okay. So that's cool. Ooh, and this is like moon phases, things yet to be revealed, right? When the moon is new, it's really dark. You can see a lot of the stars, right? And then as the moon goes through its phases, when it's full, there's an illumination period where now you are able to see in dark spaces that you weren't able to see before. But, it's divine timing, right? The moon, you can't rush the moon. The moon does what it does, okay? And so I'm getting this in due time, right? Things yet to be revealed, things going through its process. And attached with your setting your intention, it's like, it's like when you plant a seed, you are setting the intention that the seed is going to grow up into whatever bloom, you are anticipating, right? You are intending it to bloom. But once you've planted it and buried it with soil and can no longer see it, there's this trust, there's this faith, there's this knowing, there's this owning that it's going to do its thing, even though and it is doing its thing, even though you can't see it, right? Okay. We've got a momentum, maintaining your momentum. And this makes sense, right? When we go back to the kite metaphor and or the wind beneath your wings, if that wind was to suddenly stop, now your kite is falling. There's like, oh my God, I'm gonna die, right? And then, if you're lucky, another gust of wind comes, picks you up, and saves you before you crash into the rocks or something. So momentum is really important for a steady, stable, secure flight. Okay. And then this is your divine spirit team, archangels, ascended masters, ancestors, that are all like cheering you on, sending you signs and synchronicities, supporting you in any way that they can here, okay, to maintain that momentum. So beautiful little intention setting confirmations. Okay, let's see what we got here. We've got the Queen of Wands, and I immediately wanted to sing, we are the world, we are the children, we are the ones to make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving all our lives. It's true to make a better day, just you and me. Okay, so maybe look up those words if you're feeling resonance with them. But I'm really going to say, like, because of this Queen of Wands who's meant to be seen, meant to be heard, meant to shine, in touch with her intuition, and, how being someone who is intentionally rippling the joy frequency affects globally. Like it ripples out and affects everybody that it interacts with, who affects everybody they interact with, right? And the ripple goes on and enrobes the world in love. Okay. Ooh, okay. So this is like your experience, your pathway to your intuition, your pathway to yourself, to your beautiful, shining, gorgeous self. And this is like the before the momentum hits, right? Which is interesting that it's right here because it's like um, this recognition of your start, right? This is like that video that I watched of Wayne Dyer talking about the power of intention and then gaining this momentum over the years, creating this beautiful, joyful, intentional, energetic flow that your spirit team's like, yay! And then this is all of your abundance, your emotional stability, right? You're stabilizing this frequency. So that's going to affect you and your everyday life and experience, right? If you are happy and joyful, your life, your world, your lens that you view things will also be okay. And then what you give out, you bring in, and so you um, sort of co-create more experiences and opportunities that add to the blow. Okay, the blow flow, the wind. Okay, Queen of Cups and the Emperor. So I want to say like masculine and feminine balance here, being an overflowing cup, being in this flow state, and this master of your it creates a mastery of your physical realm, right? When you're able to set clear intentions and to release and go with the flow and allow the universe to present, surprise, and delight you with everything that you want and more, right? um, that's your mastery over the material realm, which the Emperor is the embodiment of all the kingdoms. Okay, all the kingdoms. Yes. Okay, and the Temperance is on the bottom here. Caught my eye, and it made me think. I was watching this other video, and the reader was talking about how temperance is like, this is the like angel of life or whatever, and then the masculine and feminine cups that are pouring into each other in this state of balancing and renewal. And um, so there's definitely, and tempering also is that process, that trust in the process, right? um, and the waiting and the alchemizing, the divine timing, right? When you're tempering a blade, tempering steel, it's something you can't rush. That blade is ready when it's ready, just like the seed. Okay. Ote. What cards? What more cards? What more cards do we have? Oh, okay. I totally didn't mean to do that, but apparently Temperance wanted to come up. So this apparently is here. It's this patience, this tempering of the masculine and feminine, this flow and action, this state of allowing and doing, right? And the setting of intentions, the being clear on what it is that you want, and this allowing it to grow in its own time, the seeds of your intentions. that you have planted. Yeah, okay, and this is you in your garden. After you have planted the seeds, tended and nurtured, fertilized and weeded, did all the things, and some of your seeds have fully grown, right? And this is the being sure to be in the beauty of your creations. Okay, I think this is over here. Because this is part of like independence and abundance, right? This is like, yeah, your recognition of your beautiful garden that you created and every little thing that's in there. And so there's a beautiful acknowledgement of that, right? That's a good way of reassessing intention, the word, the concept, the idea, by reconsidering all the things that you have already done. Those are evidence of past intentions that have grown and or been neglected, right? There's also some things we intended to be that just wasn't right. And then that's where release comes in. Okay, so being a star, okay, this is your shining bright beacon for all to see action. Okay, I feel like this is here connected to your divine spirit team who has been telling you this whole time that you are a bright, beautiful star made out of stardust, right? This is your speaking your truth, standing in your authenticity, connected to your intuition, protected, guarded, and your overflowing abundance of emotional stability, emotional, right? When you have control of your emotions, when somebody can come in and do something and you are in complete control of how you choose to respond to that, that is a type of freedom, an emotional freedom, right? And there's something beautiful about that. I also always get the Stare Bear care, and it's like rainbow vibes, and rainbow is like harmony, right? All of the colors interacting with each other, simultaneously creating a symphony of gloriousness, right? It's joy. Okay. So what's more about this world over here? Tell me more, tell me more. We've definitely got the cups and the cups and the cups. So justice, okay? I think this momentum is linked to your justice. It's like getting back what you give, right? Getting what you deserve. And if you have succeeded in maintaining a level of momentum, flight, where you get places, right? You're not hovering and then falling and then hovering and then falling, and you're not really going anywhere. You're just kind of stuck in the same spot when you're imbalanced, right? But when you've got this momentum, then you're able to not only soar but move, get somewhere. And yeah, I feel like that's linked to your justice, to your karmic, or is it dharmic, return. You ripple out joy, joy ripples back to you. You ripple out love, love comes back to you. And that's a beautiful thing. Who dis? The High Priestess. This is your intuition here, okay? And I'm putting the High Priestess over here because it took a bit for you to start to trust your intuition. And, you know, depending on where you are on your timeline, you still could be in this process of trusting your intuition. Okay. And what it's going to do, not only build momentum with the trusting your intuition when it's pushing you, when it's pulling you, when it's nudging you, when it's whispering to you, but it's also going to help when with discerning what ideas are ones to run with and which ones are, you know, we'll leave that for somebody else. Or even if this is thinking too much, right, and you need to quiet and still the mind. I feel like tapping in with your higher self, your intuition, is what's going to help you recenter, refocus, and get you back to just communion with your higher self, who knows the best and most efficient way for you to go. That's why they say sometimes if you're completely overwhelmed and your mind is just racing, to try and, well, ground, for sure, meditate, but also nap, right? Like reset yourself and wake up anew, and then set an intention. Set the intention that you will only receive the thoughts that best serve your greatest and highest timeline. I don't know, right? Like the power of your intention is fueled by your belief. And so it has to be your words, right? Something that you can get on board with. Like if you're like, I intend to receive $1 million today, well, there's going to be definitely parts of you that are like, no, you won't. And that doesn't happen. And yeah, no, or right. But if you intend to have, something beautiful happen to you today, you're kind of leaving it open to be surprised. You're kind of allowing the universe to conspire in your favor in any way that it can, using the things, the people, the places, the props that are along your path. Oh, we got one here. I can't stop. I can't stop, won't stop. Okay, I'm just going to go through here. And this one wants to come out. Oh, the Empress wants to shine. Okay, what's this one? And the Fool. Beautiful. Okay, so that's perfect. The Fool. The Fool is a 0. Okay, and this is like unlimited possibility and potential. This is leaping into the unknown, trusting, blind faith, joy, dance. This is all of the things. This is like freedom also. Okay, and then the Empress is the divine counterpart of the Emperor, the balanced masculine, feminine, the receiver, and the getter, doner, right? These two together, boom. So she's the one that holds the intention. She's the one that trusts. She's the tuner that is constantly keeping the station of joy on. Okay. She is the queen of all the embodiments of all the queendoms. So that's gorgeous. What's that? Protection. She's highly protected. See, this is the thing when you're maintaining a steady freedom, a steady frequency of freedom, you are like untouchable in a way to energies and frequencies that aren't on your station, which acts like a barrier, a protective shield, if you will. And he fell out onto the past. So, you may have had fears in the past, or something experiences that make you fearful or could potentially make you fearful now. But just remember that anytime you entertain fear, every time you think fear, every time you consider fear, you are losing your wind and dropping. And so this is about maintaining your frequency, and with the knowing that while you're there, you're highly protected. Yeah. Okay. What else we got here? What else wants to come out here? Anything? Okay, one more time through here, and then we'll move on to the oracles. Oh, we've got the Sword of Destiny and Truth coming. And it's on this Emperor and the emotional stability and the independent blooming of your garden. Okay, so this could be, you or someone in your energy field who has truth to share, truth to speak, who's claiming their destiny and speaking their truth, right? Like we were given a voice, and I think there's a lot of fear in the past about speaking your truth. Like you consider witch trials and witch burnings, right? Like that was something that happened generationally, or well, yeah, but it also affected generations, right? Like that's a harsh conditioning to not speak your truth, to not stand out and shine, to not be empowered, right? And I feel like now is the time where you can be, and you have to fight against those old genetic conditionings and predispositions to shine and speak your truth, right? This is about fearlessly being fearless in your authenticity, in your shining, unapologetic shining. with your truth. And, truth doesn't have to be like a blade to the back, right? Like, you don't have to bury someone, maim or hurt or traumatize somebody with your truth. We have freedom and will to choose how we communicate. And there are many paths to truth. Okay. So, sometimes speaking your truth is not saying anything at all because um, no response is a response. And sometimes speaking your truth is following up and being like, hey, can we talk about this thing that happened that I need to speak about, right? With humility, with compassion, on like finding the level with diplomacy of your audience, who you're speaking to, meeting them there. Yeah, truth doesn't have to be a slap across the face. Okay, patient night. The patient night, perfectly patient, planning, and prepared, and with purpose. Okay, this night has secrets to share. I feel like your patience is very important. I'm just going to put it right in the middle here. With temperance, right? This is your ability to wait for your seeds to grow and bloom and be the gorgeous, gorgeous things that they were meant to be. You're not rushing it, you're not forcing it. You're just maintaining the environment so that it can grow in its own time into its best and most beautiful self. Okay, I'm gonna get the fairies to come in. It is cottonwood season. Oh, that's how they flip. The singer of intuition. Beautiful. Yeah, the cottonwoods are releasing all their fluff, and when it's windy, and they just kind of float around. And I figured it out. It always felt so magical, and I swore that like that'd be the perfect time for fairy babies to be born because they can like, be indiscernible amongst the cottonwood fluff, right? But I finally figured out it's from the movie Legend that I became or associated those floaties in the wind amongst the trees as being something magical. Okay, the singer of intuition, perceptiveness, oracular powers, awareness, and trust. Okay, the song of the singer of intuition carries all of the information there is. Some people believe that this information, often called the Akashic Records, is like a great filing cabinet or library in the sky that we have to go to in order to get information intuitively or psychically. We needn't go anywhere. The song is sung within our blood and flesh and bones, just as it is within the rest of the universe. If, at humanity's present stage of evolution, we consciously heard the song in all its fullness, we would be overwhelmed, our minds burnt out by that energy. A kindly universe has led us to a place in our development where we can consciously hear only bits of the melody. Usually, we must develop skills in actively listening for it, but occasionally a few notes resonate so closely with our own being that we become aware of them. These involuntary experiences are what we call hunches or intuition or extended sense perceptions. We can improve our reception of the song by learning to be very still and to listen in a special way. Later chapters in part 3 give techniques for using this and other oracles as amplifiers for the song. When we get What we get for practicing stillness through meditation and listening, just ask and then listen, is the ability to understand and interpret meta symbols, the symbolism beyond the material symbols of oracle and omens themselves. Stars, omens, portents, movement of stars, and mice, these are all part of one piece, the one song, and therefore a part of us as we are of them. Understanding them truly is just a matter of learning to be still, to ask, and to listen. Is that like setting an intention? Someday, as we evolve and grow, we will be able to hear more and more of this song and to base our actions and choices on greater knowledge. Patience and practice are the keys to all the subtle, clear senses: clairaudience, clear hearing, clairvoyance, clear seeing, clairsentience, clear knowing, telepathy, hearing each other without words, precognition, knowing before glimpses of a probable future. In a reading, the presence of the singer of intuition indicates that information is available to us if we will just listen to our own inner knowing. I'm sorry. What happened? Okay. Yes, listen to our own inner knowing. Where did I go? Inner knowing. Perhaps we have already heard it and still doubt our subtle senses. The singer says this is the time to really listen to our intuition. What are our feelings, hunches, or intuitions about this situation? It is desirable that we should seek solitude, meditate, and practice stillness and patience. This is a time for inward focus, a time to open the inner door to intuition. There are a lot of ins in the sentence because important answers are to be found within ourselves. The presence of the singer is a card in a card spread, radiates special illumination and insight on the other cards around it. Okay, so yes, yes, and yes, yes, and yes, right? Maintaining this momentum, and sorting out, being intentional with your thoughts and interacting, connecting with your intuition in order to figure out which ones to roll with, which ones to pour into, give your energy to. Okay, and let's get the mushroom deck. Oh, and any of you who might have um, listened to the reading, it was the Peacock Magician reading, where I kind of came across this card called Maitake mushroom, the dancing mushroom. Well, it turns out that the mushroom that I bought, that I immediately started talking about when I saw the Maitake mushroom card, was actually Maitake mushroom. So that's kind of awesome. It was pretty cool, and I feel like this is what the singer card is talking about. It's like I didn't know what this mushroom that I had just got from the market was called, but I was super excited about trying it, and it came to me. Like, it literally came to me. I saw the card, I became obsessed with the card. I immediately started talking about that mushroom and the card, and turns out the mushroom and the card were the same. And so I feel like it's about trusting what you think you know, what you feel you know, what feels right as being true for you, and allowing yourself that, right? Own it, intend it, stand behind it. Don't be wishy-washy. Don't be wishy-washy. Okay, let's see if there's any mushroom cards that want to come out and add support, confirm any messages in this reading today. King Oyster, substance and 11. I almost bought King Oyster mushrooms this week, but I did not. I was too, because I went back to the mushroom lady that I bought the mushrooms from, and she was like, "Oh, that one's Mitaki," and I'm like, "No way!" And she was like, "What?" And I'm like, "No, I don't mean to. I'm not denying that you know what you're talking about. I'm just like blown away." But anyway, she had two types. There was another king oyster, and she said it was more marshmallowy, and this one's more dense. And then I didn't get either, but okay. So the number 11, the king oyster mushroom is large and meaty. For this reason, it is often used as a substitute for meat in meals. It is thick and full-bodied with many health benefits. In drawing the king oyster card, you are being called to look at where you can substitute something you currently use for something that will give you more value. Where can you beef something up with an alternative? Is there another way to do something that will create more value in what you are doing? The king oyster is about substance. There are many things you can use in place of others, and finding something with substance as well as relevance is key here. The king is indeed very big and can make a complete meal with a single mushroom. Show that you have substance. Show that you can stand alone because you are enough by yourself. Show that you have amazing qualities without the use of anything else. Stand in your power and be a leader. Look for the quality and substance in everything you do, in the people you choose to let into your life. Substance is about giving back. How can you help and focus on making something purposeful? Okay. And again, this is supporting intention, purpose and intention. See the connection, right? And this is shining, holding, speaking truth. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Let's get a kitty card. And we'll call it a day. Kitty card confirmation. What do the kitties have for us today? I have a kitty that comes into my yard and tries to start shit. And I looked into getting like a little foam dart crossbow or something, but then I was like, oh, then I gotta go collect all the darts. And then I was like, oh, maybe like a water squirter of some kind. Which, maybe. Um, but then I had a bunch of dried pine cones, so now I just chuck pine cones at him. Jared. He's just jelly. Jared's just jelly. Oops. Cozy home. That's that sanctuary. that's also that recognition of what you have accomplished for yourself, right? A recognition of where you are now, the garden you have tended for yourself now. And it's not about judging, it's about checking in. Where am I right now? What can I work on? What is already gorgeous? Maybe I just need to sit and have coffee with my feet on the grass and look around at all the beautiful things. And while you're doing that, be there doing that. Don't be there going, I'm going to do that. And then you do it. And then you're like, oh, I should be working. Oh, I should be doing this. Oh, I should do that. Oh, I should, like this is that creating stillness and meditation moments to quiet the mind so you can hear your intuition whispering. So you can tap into the Akashic records and find out the answers. Ask and you shall receive. My intention is to get better at asking because I seem to not really know how. I'm learning. Okay, patience. Patience. Okay, meet Snugpuff. She transmutes our restless urgency and are we there yet complaints into an appreciation of what is right now. Let go of everything that will come after this moment and have faith that you are exactly where you need to be. Draw a circle around the present moment and relax into it with Snugpuff curled up on your lap. Sometimes we believe we need to be at our destination right now, but there is so much to be learned and discovered right here where we are. Let's be patient with ourselves, our loved ones, and the world around us. There is time. All we need is just a little patience. Solitude. Meet Lily. She sits contently in the center of the sky. Everything is vast, still, and quietly beautiful. The wind might rustle a song out of the leaves, but she is far from human voices and other mews and hisses. Lily contains the sweet, peaceful expanse of solitude. She will return to the world soon, but for now, let's not disturb her. Find your own space to meet yourself. Perhaps it is in the woods, or perhaps it is on a crowded dance floor with your eyes closed. When you are alone, it is easier to hear your own voice, to discern your longings, and rekindle faith in yourself. Kitty confirmations and trust. Gorgeous. Oh, there's Kitty. Meet Safi. Trust begins as an agreement she makes with the flame in her heart. She agrees to let it guide her even when it beckons her deep into the night forest of the unknown. When she trusts, the darkness is illuminated and the forest sparkles with her heart light. She may not know exactly where the path leads, but she trusts the enchantment of a journey born of intuition. What you truly seek awaits you. Trust yourself. Step into the forest and begin your wild quest towards the longings of your soul. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, gorgeous. Okay. There are the messages. That's it. That's what we're doing. That's what happened, and there it is. So hopefully you got something good out of those scrumptious little meaty messages for you today, and that you carry them with you and be way more intentional and joyful, and find those solitude spaces and times and moments to reconnect with your higher self, your inner knowing, and trust it, believe it, hold it, see it, release it, and love, 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 love. Okay, love you. Bye. See you next time.